Welcome to the second show of the Preferable Podcast. This is your host, Jaden Watkins, and I'm so excited to get it started. The show will come out with new shows every week. In today's show, we will be talking about how to love yourself again through everything life brings. Now, let's get it started with the second show of the Preferable Podcast, how to love yourself again. Have you ever wondered how you could start the day off happy, fun, and exciting? But then after you might look at a picture or the news or something on social media or somebody send you a text message about something, sometimes it seems like your day just turns around. It just flips. And it's like you went from happy so quickly to sad. So today, wonder how you can love yourself again through everything that life brings and everything that you have been through. Everyone has a past. Everyone has a past where it might have was hard to get through. Perhaps the biggest mistake I made in the past was that I believed love was about finding the right person. But in reality, love is about becoming the right person. Don't look for the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Become the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. So first you have to examine yourself, look at yourself, and first you have to love yourself before you truly love anyone else. Sometimes we say others are more beautiful or more talented than the rest, but everyone is made equally. The Bible says that everyone is made fearfully and beautifully made. So you are you and be you. Don't try to impress others just because they might say this or that. Don't try to impress them, but try to please yourself in a matter that's good and is okay to God. So love yourself enough to set boundaries. Your time and energy are precious. You get to choose how you use it. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and won't accept. So you need to uh, think about how others feel when it comes to love. Sometimes we be so focused on what we think. Think about and ask other people how they feel, how they think, or what they should do in this certain situation. It is never too late to love again. So we all have made mistakes. We all have done something wrong in our lives. But first we need to examine ourselves and look at how we can improve or how we can uh, make the world a better place. So this show, see, love is just not a word. Love is something that you can feel. It's an emotion. It can be something that gets you excited, and it also can do something to get you sad, depressed, or feeling lonely, or even sometimes feeling lost. So when I think about love, I think of God's love. God's love is everlasting. It's higher than the mountains. It's wider than the sky. Is farther than here to the moon. God's love is amazing. But love can be what you make it. Love can be low or it can be high. It can be what you make it. But first, before you start to make love, you first have to love yourself. Loving yourself about how you look, how you smell, or even the actions that you take. So everyone has a past. Everyone has been through something to get them here today. But first, we have to think about what is true love. Is true love just a phrase, or is it really a such thing as true love? Yeah, is a such thing as true love. But first, you have to think about love can cover a multitude of things. Love can take you high, while it can take you back down to low. But love is what you make it. If you have the ability to love, then love yourself first. Love yourself first because that's who you'll be spending the rest of your life with. You have to be in love with yourself before anyone else can fall in love with you to be happy with yourself. So, I believe that You are you, and you know wrong from right and right from wrong. Love yourself first, and everything else falls in line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world. So in this world, some people will say they love you and turn around and actually does not love you. So we have to remember that it's some fakers in the world and it's some true people. So if something is true, something is pure, you have to stick with it. Just because the fake looks better than the real doesn't mean you should go to the fake, but you have to first think, oh, is this the right move? Is this the right direction? Yeah, it might feel better. Yeah, it might look better. And yeah, it might taste better. But you have to first think, is this okay? Is this right for a person like me to do? You have came too far to give up. Now you have came too far to stick in that same position and be in that same eggshell. Don't be stuck in an eggshell. Explore the world. Get out. See what's out there for you. See what's out there that you need to tackle down. If you stay in one shell all your life, you will not get to discover what the world has and what the world has for you and the people who lives in it. Love is not just about loving a person. It also is about loving the true person that is within the person. The outside is the flesh, the inside is the spirit or spiritual. So just because the flesh looks right doesn't mean the spirit looks right, or the inside. The inside can be wrong. The inside can be filled with hatred, discrimination, unjust. But the outside can look a whole nother different way, or either the outside can look bad, worthless, but on the inside, it can look amazing. The spirit can look. See, God is full of different stages and different steps in life. But first, you have to believe in those steps, and even you have to tell God or ask God to guide you through this life so you can make the right decision at the right time in the midst of finding love. So discovering yourself. So you have to first discover yourself, then you can discover other things in the world. But first you have to, once you learn and understand yourself, you can learn and understand just about anything in the world today, or even furthermore, the universe. But to love yourself is to appreciate yourself, to gain power from what you do, and what you do can motivate yourself, not just others around you. The next quote is, it is never too late to do the right thing. To do the right thing, to get back up, to gain power, to be better, to be who you are. So people will talk about you today you die. But you have to be the person that says, whatever I face, I can get through this. So in the last show, the last one I did, I was talking about how to overcome. So you cannot love yourself fully unless you overcome. So once you forgive that person, or once you even forgive yourself, so first you have to forgive yourself, then you can forgive other people. So once you forgive yourself and overcome what you are going through, then you can step into your purpose. Then you can step into your destiny. And then you can go even deeper in what true love really is. So if you want to listen to more about how to overcome a certain obstacle, you can go back to the last show. But in this show, we are talking about the next step, which is to love yourself. And once you love yourself, you can be free indeed. The Bible says that when God sets a person free, you are truly free indeed. But first, you have to believe that you are free, and you are truly free indeed. Think about a tree. A tree starts off as a little seed, but then maybe when you plant it and about 20 years later, it becomes a huge, big tree. But it first starts off with a seed. That is like who you are. You first starts off as a little baby plant. You might be 30 years old, but you can still be that little baby plant. You know why? Because when you start to do something good with your life, that is when you start growing. So you can be 50 years old and be a little baby seed. But on the outside, you can be a big tree, a big person. But on the inside, you can be a little baby tree, because first you have to step into doing the right thing, and then you can start growing and you can start improving. So first, a seed needs to grow, but then you can add the nutrients and make it look pretty. Some people decorate a tree, um, but you have to first grow the tree, then you can decorate it. Some people make a tree house. First, you have to have a tree before you can get to the tree house. See, a house has a base floor. But then when you start putting walls on it and a roof on top of it, that is when it comes to be a true house. Or that's when a tree becomes a full grown mature tree. It's when it starts growing into more of its potential and its abilities. So you have to first grow, do the right thing, and improve. Thanks for joining the Preferable Podcast, Season 1, Episode 2, How to Love Yourself Again. I believe no matter how your past was or what you have been through, you can still reign the power to love yourself again. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Confucius. The next show will be about the circle of life and the process that we humans have to go through. The Preferable Podcast will come out with new shows each week on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. I will and never stop making this world more preferable.